Have you ever found yourself wondering, how is it that some people manage to achieve so much while others seem to spin their wheels, never quite reaching their desired destinations? It's a question that puzzles many, and tonight we're going to unravel this mystery together. Let's start with a universal truth, one that levels the playing field for every person in this room and beyond. Each of us has the same 24 hours in a day. No more, no less. It's a gift, really. When you think about it, blank canvas upon which we can paint our lives, dreams, and aspirations. Yet the question remains, what truly separates the dreamers from the doers, the successful from those who continually strive but fall short? You see, it's not about having time. It's about making time, and this distinction is crucial. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. This simple yet powerful statement holds the key to understanding how to use those 24 hours wisely. It's not just about filling our days with tasks, but rather filling our days with progress toward our dreams and goals. Now think about this for a moment. How many of us can truly say we use our time efficiently? Are we mindful of how we spend each hour? Or do we let precious moments slip through our fingers like grains of sand? The truth is, achieving greatness, reaching those lofty goals we set for ourselves, isn't about having some magical number of hours. It's about using the hours we have in a way that propels us forward. Consider the story of a young artist, passionate and filled with dreams of showcasing his art to the world. Yet, day after day, he found himself caught up in the minutiae of life, never quite finding the time to put brush to canvas. It was only when he realized that waiting for the perfect moment was an exercise in futility that things began to change. He started to carve out little pockets of time, here and there, dedicated solely to his art. Over time, those moments added up, and his dream transformed into a vivid reality. So I ask you, what's your art? What dreams lie dormant within you, waiting for that perfect moment to come alive? Remember, the perfect moment is now. It's in the choices we make this very second and the seconds that follow. We must be diligent, deliberate, and disciplined in how we use our time. After all, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. As we delve deeper into this conversation tonight, I invite you to ponder this. Are you merely spending your time, or are you investing it? Because, my friends, therein lies the difference between those who dream. Let's embark on this exploration together, not in search of a hidden path or secret formula, but in pursuit of a simple yet profound shift in perspective on how we view and utilize our most precious resource, time. Let's dive deeper, my friends, into something that often eludes us, yet remains within our control. Self-awareness, particularly in how we choose to spend each ticking second of our day. This is not just about clock watching, but about being truly conscious of the flow of our lives. How often do we pause to reflect on our daily routines? Or better yet, when was the last time you truly asked yourself, how much of my day is genuinely aligned with my aspirations and goals? It's a profound inquiry. One that might bring discomfort or even an unsettling realization that perhaps, just perhaps, our hours are not as well spent as we'd like to believe. We're all guilty, in one way or another, of letting precious moments slip into the abyss of what I like to call time wasters. These are not just activities, but traps that lure us away from our path, from scrolling endlessly on social media to the binge watching of television shows that add little to our growth. Now, I'm not standing here to cast judgment. Instead, I want to hold up a mirror, providing a clear reflection of where our time truly goes. It's in this reflection that we can start to see the outline of our priorities, or sometimes the lack thereof. You see, the key to unlocking our full potential lies not in doing more, but in doing more of what matters. It's about making each choice, each action count towards something greater than just passing time. Let me share a story, one that I believe resonates with many. There was a writer, passionate and full of ideas, yet struggled to pin down even a single word. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months with little to show for his dreams of writing a novel. It wasn't until he took a step back, reflecting on his daily habits, that he realized his mornings, which he had always believed to be his most productive time, were spent buried in emails and social media. Only by shifting his routine, dedicating his first hours to writing, did the pages begin to fill. His dream transformed into a tangible creation, word by word, all because he became aware and made a deliberate choice to align his actions with his goals. So I ask you now, what are your mornings for? What could they be for if you directed them towards your aspirations? It's in these questions that we find the power to reshape our lives, to turn our dreams from ethereal visions into the concrete reality of our daily existence. But awareness alone is not enough. It must be coupled with action, a conscious and deliberate effort to minimize those time wasters and maximize the value we extract from each day. It starts with small steps, recognizing those moments when we're about to fall into old patterns and choosing, instead, to redirect our energies towards activities that enrich us and move us forward. And yes, this journey of realignment will have its challenges. There will be days when old habits beckon with a comforting familiarity. Yet it is in these moments that our commitment to our goals is truly tested. It's a test not of our willpower, but of our resolve to live a life of intention, a life where each day is a building block for the future we yearn to create. Remember, my friends, the essence of living wisely is not in the grand gestures, but in the everyday choices. It's in choosing to read a book that challenges your mind instead of mindlessly flipping through channels. It's in opting to have meaningful conversations that stir your soul instead of succumbing to the ease of gossip. Each day presents us with countless opportunities to make decisions that align with our deepest desires and ambitions. So, as we move forward, let's commit to this journey of awareness and reflection, not as a burden, but as a liberating path to truly living. Let's embrace the discipline of aligning our daily actions with our highest goals, finding joy in the progress and fulfillment in the realization that we are actively crafting the masterpiece of our lives, one conscious choice at a time. In closing this segment, I invite you to carry this question with you, to ponder in your quiet moments. If today were a canvas, what masterpiece would I create? Let this question guide you, inspire you, and remind you of the infinite potential that lies within each tick of the clock. Together, let's make every hour a testament to our dreams, our values, and the extraordinary lives we choose to build moment by moment. Imagine we're sitting together, not just in any room, but in a space filled with the ticking of a grand old clock, each tick marking the passage of time. That relentless, irreversible flow. Time, the equalizer, doesn't discriminate. It grants each of us, regardless of our status, wealth, or wisdom, precisely 24 hours each day. The question that lingers in the air, as palpable as the tick-tock of that clock, is how do we use this gift? How do we ensure that when the sun sets, we've spent our time in a way that aligns with our deepest goals, our most earnest aspirations? Now, let's delve into the heart of self-awareness and its pivotal role in our lives. Self-awareness is that mere reflecting not just our faces, but our very essence, how we allocate our time, our priorities, and the chasm between what we aspire to achieve and what we actually do. It begs the question, how much of our day is intentionally aligned with our goals? Or to put it bluntly, are we masters of our time, or have we unwittingly become its servant? Reflecting on our daily routines might seem a mundane exercise, yet it's anything but. It's a revealing endeavor that exposes the truth about where our time truly goes. Consider this: each moment we choose to engage in an activity, we're saying, "Oh, talentless others." Are these choices deliberate, propelling us toward our goals? Or are they unconscious decisions, leading us down the path of least resistance, filled with time wasters that yield little more than regret? Time wasters? We all have them, lurking in our daily routines like uninvited guests, draining our time and energy. They're the hours spent in the vortex of social media, the endless scrolling through news feeds, the binge watching of television shows that leave us entertained yet empty. The impact of these time wasters cannot be overstated. They're the sand slipping through our fingers, the opportunities lost to the ether. Let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves, are these activities serving our goals? Or are they distractions masquerading as relaxation, a false respite from the demands of our aspirations? The answer to this question is the compass that can guide us back to our intended path, to a life where each day is a step toward realizing our dreams. I urge you, my friends, to embark on a journey of reflection, to take stock of how you spend your days. This isn't about self-criticism or harboring regret, but about awakening to the possibilities that each day holds. It's about making a conscious decision to invest your time in activities that are meaningful, that contribute to your growth and bring you closer to your goals. Imagine transforming your daily routines into building blocks for your future, each block placed with intention and purpose. It begins with awareness, recognizing the power of choice in how we spend our time and understanding that every minute counts. From this awareness springs the discipline to make changes, to replace time wasters with activities that enrich and fulfill us. Now think of a garden, a vibrant, flourishing space filled with the most exquisite flowers and plants. This garden didn't come into being by chance. It was the result of careful planning, diligent care, and the daily investment of time. Just like this garden, our lives require the same level of attention and intention. Each choice we make about how to spend our time is like planting a seed in our garden. Over time, with consistent care, these seeds grow into the achievements and successes that define our lives. So, let us not be passive observers of time, letting it slip by unnoticed and unclaimed. Let us be gardeners of our time, cultivating a life that reflects our deepest desires and highest aspirations. Let each tick of the clock be a reminder of our power to shape our lives, one moment, one choice at a time. Remember, my friends, the journey to achieving our goals and realizing our dreams starts with a single step, a step taken today in this moment. Let's make a commitment here and now to use our time wisely, to reflect on our daily routines, and to align our actions with our goals. Together, let's transform our days from mere passages of time into vibrant expressions of our purpose and passion. In closing, I leave you with this thought. Time is the canvas on which we paint our lives. Let's choose our colors wisely, painting with bold strokes that reflect our true selves and the legacy we wish to leave behind. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Let's make every moment count. In our quest for a life that's not just lived, but truly meaningful, there lies an undeniable truth that the clarity of our goals sets the foundation for our journey. Imagine setting sail without a destination. Where would that lead us? The same principle applies to our lives. Without clear, actionable goals, we drift on the vast ocean of possibility without direction, susceptible to the whims of the current. Let's contemplate this for a moment. What dreams do you hold close to your heart? What aspirations stir within you, waiting to see the light of day? It's not just about having dreams. It's about forging them into clear, actionable goals. This clarity transforms a wish into a roadmap, guiding each step we take, ensuring that every effort moves us closer to our desired destination. But as we chart our course, we encounter a sea of tasks, each clamoring for our attention. Herein lies the art of prioritization. Not all tasks are created equal. Some are urgent, demanding immediate attention, while others, though seemingly pressing, may not be truly important in the grand tapestry of our goals. Distinguishing between these requires wisdom and discernment. Urgent tasks are often like loud guests at a party, making their presence known, while important tasks are the quiet friends. Their significance felt deeply, though they speak softly. How do we navigate this? By mastering the power of no. In a world that celebrates the yes, the ability to say no to non-essential tasks is a superpower. It's about safeguarding our time, that precious resource, for activities that align with our highest aspirations. Saying no isn't a denial of opportunity, but an affirmation of our commitment to our goals. It's recognizing that by declining one request, we're prioritizing another far more important to our ultimate purpose. Now, let's turn our attention to the structure that holds our goals together. The plan, implementing a plan for daily, weekly, and monthly goals is akin to building a bridge between where we are and where we wish to be. This bridge is constructed of the small daily actions we take, the weekly milestones we achieve, and the monthly objectives we meet. Each component is essential, contributing to the strength and stability of our journey towards our goals. Consider for a moment the story of a builder who aspired to construct the finest home in the village. He knew that to achieve this, he couldn't merely focus on the daily tasks without an eye on the future. He set clear, actionable goals for each phase of construction, prioritized his tasks to ensure the foundation was solid before the walls went up, and said no to any project that would divert his resources and focus. His plan wasn't just a list of tasks. It was a living document guiding his actions, ensuring that each day was a step towards realizing his vision. In our lives, we are both the architect and the builder. Our goals are the blueprint. Our daily actions, the bricks and mortar. By setting clear goals, prioritizing effectively, embracing the power of no, and adhering to a structured plan, we build our lives with intention. This process doesn't just bring our dreams into reality. It transforms us, molding us into individuals capable of achieving far beyond what we initially imagined. So as we move forward, let's ask ourselves, are our goals clear and actionable? Do we prioritize tasks effectively, focusing on the important over the urgent? Do we wield the power of no to guard our time and energy? And most crucially, do we have a plan that bridges the gap between our dreams and our reality? In closing, remember that goal setting and prioritization are not just about achieving what we set out to do. They're about becoming who we're meant to be in the process. With each goal reached, each task prioritized, and each no gracefully spoken, we step closer, not just to our dreams, but to our true selves. Let's embrace this journey with open hearts and minds, ready to build our lives with the precision of a master architect and the dedication of a skilled builder. Together, let's make every moment count, every day a step towards our brightest future. In the tapestry of success, two threads are more crucial than any are: discipline and consistency. Imagine, if you will, a bridge. This bridge represents the journey from where you are now to where you want to be. Discipline is the steel structure of that bridge, while consistency is the daily effort to build it piece by piece until you can walk across to your goals. The role of discipline in using our time wisely cannot be overstated. It's the ability to give yourself a command and then follow it day in and day out, even when the initial rush of enthusiasm has faded into the background. Let's delve into the compound effect of small, consistent actions over time. It's like planting a tree. In the beginning, it requires daily care, watering, ensuring it has enough sun, and protecting it from the elements. It might seem like your efforts are in vain when you see no immediate growth. But over time, these small, consistent actions lead to a strong, deeply rooted tree that stands tall and firm. Similarly, our daily habits and routines, no matter how small, build up to create a future of which we can be proud. It's not the grand gestures, but the little things done consistently that shape our lives. However, there's an adversary that we all face on this journey: procrastination, paired with the fear of failure. Procrastination tells us, wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow is a better day to start. But in reality, procrastination is the thief of time, stealing precious moments we can never get back. The fear of failure whispers doubts, suggesting it's better not to try than to face possible defeat. It's through facing these fears and choosing to act despite them that true growth occurs. Overcoming procrastination and fear requires a daily commitment to move forward one step at a time, knowing that each step is a victory in itself. Consider the motivating stories of individuals who achieved greatness through consistency. Think of the athlete who wakes before dawn, training every day regardless of the weather or how they feel. Their success in competition is not a result of a few days of intensive training, but of years of consistent effort, day after day. Or consider the author who writes a single page every day, rain or shine. A year later, they have a completed manuscript. These stories illustrate that success is not an event, but a process, a culmination of discipline, consistent effort over time. Let's engage with a simple, yet thought-provoking question. What small action can I take today that will bring me closer to my goals? It's in answering this question daily and acting upon it that we weave the threads of discipline and consistency into our lives. Whether it's dedicating an hour to learning a new skill, exercising, or simply reading a book that expands your mind, it's these consistent actions that build the path to success. It's crucial to remember that discipline and consistency are not innate traits, but skills that can be developed. Start small, celebrate your progress, and gradually increase the challenges you set for yourself. This approach not only builds your capability, but also your confidence. In closing, let's embrace the power of discipline and consistency in our lives. Let's commit to using our time wisely, understanding that every moment is a precious opportunity to build the future we dream of. It's through our daily actions, our commitment to move forward despite fear and procrastination, that we can achieve greatness. Let's not wait for someday to start. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Let's take that step today, together with discipline and consistency as our guides towards the lives we've always imagined. Let's make our journey across that bridge not just a dream, but a reality. In our journey towards achieving greatness and in making the most out of the 24 hours given to us each day, it's paramount we equip ourselves with the right tools and techniques. Time management, a term often thrown around in seminars and workshops, is indeed a cornerstone of productive living. However, it's not just about managing time. It's about managing ourselves within the time we have. One of the most effective techniques in the realm of time management is time blocking. Imagine for a moment your day as a series of blocks, each designated for a specific task or activity. This isn't about filling every minute with work, but about dedicating focused time to what truly matters, both professionally and personally. Time blocking helps in creating a visual roadmap of your day, allowing you to navigate through tasks with clarity and purpose. It's the difference between having a day that feels scattered and one that flows smoothly from one activity to the next. But it's not enough to just block out time for tasks. Delegation plays a critical role in how effectively we use our time. The art of delegation is not about shirking responsibility, but about recognizing that you don't have to do everything yourself. It's about trusting others to handle tasks, thereby freeing up your time to focus on what you do best. This, however, requires letting go of the notion that no one can do it as well as you can. A challenge for many, but a hurdle that must be overcome for true efficiency. Setting deadlines is another tool in our time management arsenal. Deadlines create a sense of urgency, a psychological nudge that pushes us to complete tasks. They transform the abstract into the tangible, making our goals appear more immediate and achievable. Yet, the key is setting realistic deadlines. Those that challenge us but don't set us. However, in this endeavor to make the most of our time, we must not forget the importance of rest and rejuvenation. It might seem counterintuitive, but taking breaks is essential for sustained productivity. The human mind and body are not designed for marathon sessions of work without rest. Breaks, especially those that involve activities we enjoy, replenish our energy and refresh our minds, making us more effective when we return to work. But think of it as sharpening the saw. A sharper blade makes the cut quicker and more precise. Balancing work and personal life is the final piece of the puzzle. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of achieving and forget to live. A fulfilling day is not one that's packed with work from dawn till dusk, but one that includes moments of joy, connection, and relaxation. It's about making time for family dinners, hobbies, exercise, and whatever else brings you joy. Remember, success is not just measured by professional achievements, but by the richness of your life as a whole. Incorporating these tools and techniques into your life might seem daunting at first. Yet, like any skill, it becomes more natural with practice. Start small, perhaps by time blocking a portion of your day, delegating a single task, or setting a deadline for a project you've been putting off. Remember to schedule breaks and carve out time for what makes you happy outside of work. Let me share a story that encapsulates the essence of what we're discussing. There was a writer passionate about his craft, but overwhelmed by the demands of his day job, family responsibilities, and his love for running. He felt torn, unable to dedicate himself fully to any of his passions or responsibilities. It was only when he started to use time blocking that he found harmony in his life. He designated specific hours for writing, set realistic deadlines for his projects, and delegated household chores to family members. He also made sure to include running in his schedule, not as an afterthought, but as a priority. This not only made him more productive, but also more fulfilled. As we wrap up, I encourage you to reflect on how you're currently managing your time. Are there tools or techniques you could adopt to make your days more productive and fulfilling? How can you incorporate rest and personal joy into your routine? Remember, time is the canvas on which we paint the story of our lives. Let's choose our colors wisely, making each stroke count towards creating a masterpiece we can be proud of.